Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with
Well, there we go. How you like me now? We haven't played that in a long time, and I thought, being as that we did not Oh, I hadn't heard about dumbass getting 5 more troops killed. I hadn't heard that. Haven't seen a whole lot of news today other than State of the Union with Jake Tapper. And they had old Marble Mouth on there talking about ICE and that they only abide by the laws. And if you don't like what they're doing, then go to Congress. And no, we don't like what they're doing because they're fucking killing people. And I think they were estimating between 8 and 9 million marched against Trump yesterday, the largest march ever against a president. So we'll catch on eventually. If you have a war, people are going to die. That's just kind of how that has always added up. So what do you do? But no, I'm mainly on here today. We were going to broadcast on LinkedIn and Instagram for the first time ever, but it's telling me that I need an Instagram passkey. So maybe someone else that streams on StreamYard will have to show me how to do that. I don't know how many Instagram people we'd have watch anyway, or even on LinkedIn. I notice I'm good at attracting scammers on LinkedIn. When I posted my GoFundMe there, I had about 7 different companies that look legit trying to scam me out of $250 so they could show me how to make a lot of money for my GoFundMe page. They didn't realize I'd already had about 7 or 8 try that shit on Twitter, so I was well versed in what the scammers are trying to do. So now, what part of the UK are you in? I see Mr. Perfect Kelly's over there in the First 48 Gaming. Are both of you from the UK or no? I notice you're not big fans of the show. You don't have a badge, so we'll hang in here for a little bit and we'll see how many people log in. If anybody posts from Brighton, okay, nice to see you. If anybody posts from LinkedIn, mainly why I'm here is to see if anybody in LinkedIn gets this feed or not, because I don't know where it goes. I don't know if it goes to my profile page or where the hell it goes. I'm in Illinois, I'm a big fan. Well, you ain't that goddamn poor that you can't afford $3 for a badge. Stop it. I had a guy the other day. Well, Kenny, what do you want me to donate? My blood? I'm diabetic. Well, so am I. Been diabetic for many, many years. And I'm also on Medicaid and all the various other, but you know how much we've donated from here? Between doing side work, raising money on the show, and my own money when I get bonuses on my side job. We passed the $24,000 mark over the last calendar year. This week, just past 4,000. It ain't been that long that we were in the 7,000 range, and then Scaramucci made a nice donation, so that got us up there quite a bit. But no, we have not raised $24,000 on this show. Bob has donated about another 8,000-9,000 of his money. Coltrane's probably hovering around a couple of grand, I guess, give or take. And so we do what we can. But when I hear that, well, what irks me is that you don't know what poor is. The people that know what poor is are the people that we're trying to help. I've been poor, but I also don't know what poor is because I've never lived on a dirt floor. A couple of them are close. I have lived in a reconverted log cabin. I have lived in houses where if you didn't plastic over the entire room for the winter, you're going to freeze your ass off. One of the nicest places I ever lived in 1974 was when we moved into an apartment in LaGrange, Kentucky that cost $75 a month. And well, we actually moved in it in 1970. No, it was 74. The apartment before that was a very similar apartment, and that was 1970. I don't remember what the rent there was. Probably $60 a month, if I had to guess, because the other one was 75, and it was a few years later. So, and even I don't know what poor is. Raised on food stamps, raised on commodities, raised while my stepfather was in prison, and no car. It's God. Always laughed at because our clothes were out of style. We didn't have the expensive shoes. I know what poor is, but not to their level of poor. None of us here will never know. You'll never know. Unless your house has a dirt floor, a grass roof, no electricity. You wash your clothes by hand. You dry them by hand. Maybe if you're fortunate and you live near a little creek or river, you can wash your clothes there. Your food every day is rice if you have any. They call dish when they're fortunate enough to have meat to go with it, that they can get fish or pork or ground beef, which is extremely rare. Hot dogs. That's when they're fortunate. I misspoke. I'm disabled. I get paid one. Well, that's how I get paid. I get paid once a month. But I also do side work to try and earn extra money too. I'm allowed to make, being as I'm over 65, I'm allowed to make $22,000 a year, and so I can do as much side work as I want and still keep my disability check, which is not that big. It just barely cracked the $1,000 mark this year, and it's barely over. For years and years and years, they've been sending me under 700, but I had to fight them on illegal deductions they'd been making and just all kinds of bullshit stuff. And it took a while. I don't have any money till Wednesday. Well, I use Chime, and they actually send me my money like 5-6 days early. If you have direct deposit, consider Chime. Charlie used to do that, but Charlie went out of business. But Chime doesn't appear to be going out of business anytime soon. If you have your direct deposit set up through them, you get your direct deposit anywhere from 3 to 6 days early. Hell, I got mine 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm not due to get it till the 3rd. So pretty dramatic difference if you use Chime and have them set up with your direct deposit, and it could go as soon as your next paycheck. So if you like getting your check early, it's something to look into. So we have no donations. Figures. I'm going to have to get with somebody to try to figure out how to add Instagram to these. I'm going to hang around long enough to see if anybody from LinkedIn pops in. If anybody's watching on LinkedIn, or you happen to stagger by and see this show, feel free to do that. Well, hang on here. Actually, looks like I do have a donation from the UK. Robert Palmer from the UK. He's a regular that watches the show. And Robert Palmer has donated a $20 challenge to any of his other people that he says watching the show, especially those from the UK. Robert Palmer said he's also makes disability money, and that's no excuse. Learn how to save your money. So, oh well. If you remember, Kenny, last September, you kindly shared my GoFundMe campaign for my brother's funeral cost. I don't remember because I share a lot of people's stuff, and I know sharing my GoFundMe account to trying to help these Filipino families in need has not done a shitload of good. The only people that have donated are basically the people that run this show. Jazzy Jana and a guy from New York that almost never donates did donate 25. Michigan Mike donated 100, and then of course the money that I have to spend every week anyway. It's hard for me to remember everything I share. I don't know if it did any good for me to share your GoFundMe or not. It sure ain't helped me with my own. Hell, I didn't make anything on my mother's GoFundMe account. We tried to raise $10,000 for her funeral because we sure shit didn't have the money for it, and I think we raised $230. So she ended up having to be cremated. We didn't have any choice, even though that's not exactly what she wanted. Let's see here. There's only a handful of you watching, but we're basically just seeing if LinkedIn actually gets this signal. So if you're around and you know anybody that's got LinkedIn and they'd like to see, getting ready to watch the Cincinnati Reds here in just a few minutes. That's why another reason ain't going to be on here long today. We're just doing this little test show here real quick. And it's Sunday afternoon. There might be people getting ready to watch the NCAA tournament, which I'll also be doing. I got a couple of televisions I'll have baseball games up on, and might do the 4 multi-screen thing on the NCAA tournament, a couple of baseball games. And I think we got tournament ball going into the evening. I know Michigan plays today in Tennessee, I think. Yeah. So we will see how that all goes. Lord, what do we got here? Yeah, you told me about that. You said you messaged them because you said you knew them, and but Jimmy had $5,000 to donate to the guy that flipped the bird to Trump, even though he had already raised, when Jimmy made his donation, he had already raised $64,000. So Jimmy sent him $5,000, but he didn't have any time for you, or even to share the account. So, well, it goes that way sometimes. Let's see here. Yeah, Robert Palmer is the only donation we've got so far from jolly old England. Yeah, I catch you when you're sleeping a lot. Just write me when you're awake. A friend of mine from Romania that needed some help that we helped the other day. Somebody likes some improvement I did with her pictures. Well, make a donation then. I'm on right now, Chris. I'm doing a test to see if LinkedIn is getting my signal, but we don't have any comments from LinkedIn yet. So I don't know if they're getting the show or not. All right. I wouldn't know I was watching real baseball. I'm on live right now, Donald, but we're doing a test to see if LinkedIn is getting our signal or not. And I haven't seen any comments from LinkedIn, so I don't know. We're mainly getting a lot of comments from England. All right. Person from Istanbul, Turkey, needing some help. And I've been getting my updates on the No Kings March. Now, that was not directed at me. Remember that. I did get an email today that the Louisville Kings football team is wanting me to reach out to them with my connections with WWE stars. And, of course, going by the King probably since 1974 myself. And of course, still friends with Jerry. As a matter of fact, my cousin was at a autograph show in Lexington, and he put me on the phone with Shalance from Ohio Valley Wrestling that was there. Shalance is wanting to come on within the next couple of Tuesdays. I don't know if she'll be on this Tuesday or not, but maybe the following one. And Jerry Lawler was there, and he was trying to get Jerry to do my podcast. And he said, well, I don't know. I don't really do a lot of podcasts. I said, he's a liar. I said, he'll do them. I said, he doesn't want to do mine because Lawler's a Trumper and I'm not. And he doesn't want to have that conversation, especially with my verbal skills and the way his are now. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. But it wouldn't have been fair when he could talk, because my shit would make sense and his would not. It would come off and not make him look very good. Not to normal people anyway. Not on this show. Not many Charlie Kirk fans on this show. Well, it let me link it. I just don't know if anyone over there is watching it. And I was also going to link Instagram, but it says I need a pass key. But I'm doing the show for about another 10 minutes or so. The only donation we got is one from England, but he's a regular. He donated 20. All right. But yeah, you did tell me that about reaching out to Jim and Stacy, and they wouldn't even reply to you to share the deal or not. So apparently Sunday shows during the NCAA tournament are a horrible idea, especially when you don't advertise them. I'm shocked that 7 or 8 of you showed up because we didn't advertise it to anybody. So it's just whoever happened to have a subscription and got the notification are the ones that found out. But I'll hang around here about 4 or 5 more minutes, see if anybody from LinkedIn is watching the show or not. If you did happen to see this and you would like to donate to help our people, I guess I could put up the ways to donate. How do I do that? Hang on. I got to... There we go. That shows the ways to donate right there. Didn't really center it or anything, did it? Did that do anything again? No, it didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. This thing's all fucked up. Oh, fuck it. We'll just leave it like that for now. Just leave it like that for now. Have we been 20 minutes? God damn. I guess so. But those are the ways to donate. If anybody, I got you. I'm in my living room watching the Braves with my mother. Yeah, I'm getting ready to log off here in a minute and watch some real baseball. Donald Flowers apparently watching the Braves. Let's see here. Well, no one's really asking any questions, so it kind of defeats the purpose of coming on here if nobody asks any questions. And like I said, I was going to see if anybody from LinkedIn, but shit, nobody from Facebook has commented either. Because that's mainly Filipino territory. And they are all sleeping right now. Yeah, they don't start getting out of bed till about 5 or 6 in the morning there. So, well, I was hoping that we would see if LinkedIn, we did gain a couple of more viewers there. I was hoping that somebody from LinkedIn would be watching, so at least we'd know if we're getting a signal. And then if we scheduled it and advertised it, then we might see what we could get off LinkedIn. And then I got to find out what it is, what this passkey's about on Instagram. I think that's why I've never done it before, is I didn't want to go through the trouble. Well, look at there. You are a hero to all of us that need to lose weight. I need to lose some more. Well, thank you very much. Now, remember, we do not get that donation you just made until April the 21st. We'll get that next month. We will get a check for what we've done this month. I think the first of the month. No, we've already gotten last month. So yeah, that money that you donated there, we will get April the 21st. And that'll be a big help to us. So I appreciate that. We won't get it for a while, but if you want us to get instant donations, you have to choose one of the ways that we have up on the screen there. And I am trying to figure out a way that I can make my screen as big as it used to be. It's too big at the top and not big enough at the bottom. And maybe this will do it. God damn, that made it big. But now I can't see the comments. So yeah, that blew the screen up all right. Something's out of whack. I'm going to have to get somebody over here that knows. Oh, there we go. Let's at least post his donation there. LJ Carthen. LJ, how much weight have you lost now? What are you down? And thank you very much for your donation. And LJ ain't rich either. LJ almost never donates. But he donated today, and we appreciate it. We do appreciate it when you get badges. They're only $3 for the cheap ones. I do have Lemonhead, who lives in Canada. He's got a $20 badge, and there's a few of you out there that have those. They give you access to all the celebrities that we've had on, like Mark Cuban, Anthony Scaramucci, Disco Inferno, Dennis Condrey when he was on, Bobby Eaton when he was on. It gives you access to all those, and some of the guests that we've had on that are no longer with us. So I'm trying not to fall into that category anytime soon. So yeah, I need to lose some more weight myself. But thank you, LJ. That was very kind of you to say that. And like I said, your $20 will help us next month. Going to watch it live or play catch up. I always start my games at least an hour late so I can skip through commercials and pitching changes. All right. I have to teach Donald Flowers how to watch baseball. Oh, Lordy. LJ, you got any questions or anything, being as you made the only other donation other than the $20 donation that Robert Palmer made? And like I said, very nice of him to do that. On Robert's money we get immediately. LJ's we will get April the 21st or no later than the 23rd. Depends on how the calendar works. If the 21st is on a Saturday or Sunday, then we won't get it till the 23rd. So, but I haven't looked that far ahead. Echo, what day is April 21st on?
April 21st, 2026 will be a Tuesday.
All right. So we'll get it on we'll actually get it on the 21st. Well, I appreciate that, LJ. Well, LJ, watch more of the shows. Hop in, chime in, ask us any questions that you've got, and let us know what's going on with you. And then you've always been very nice. We appreciate you. And and like I said, guys, anytime you can hop in here, and if you ain't kicking ass and money or anything, you can donate $5 or $10 in here. We might not get it immediately, but we get it eventually, and it's always a big help at the start of the new month when the money gets deposited, and because a lot of times helps us with some tight situations. For anybody watching the show right now that would like to help, we got about 3 other people that are needing help with their electric bill. You're thinking, oh my God, what do you need? 200-300? No, in the Philippines, a very high electric bill is like $30 to $40. That's an outrageously high electric bill in the Philippines. I paid one electric bill today that was $16. I paid another one that was exactly $30. Paid another one that was $23. And we paid them in advance, hoping that we'll make the money back here so I can reimburse myself, because I ain't rich either. But, we do the best we can. I do not get a bonus check again until April the 15th. And like I said, fortunately, Social Security reimbursed me some money they owed me. So that gave me a few extra dollars to work with our people as well. So we'll be here 2 more minutes. If anybody else wants to chime in, say hi, donate, or anybody from LinkedIn that might be watching the show, feel free to say hi. Or if you watch the post broadcast of this, make sure to say hello. And then sometimes people donate after the show, and we appreciate that as well. And I decided to go with the background today. I haven't done that in a while. And we went with the theme music today. We haven't done that in a while, but I was trying to buy some time for people to get notifications. But I think we peaked out at only about 10 people in here at a time today. So, and like I said, it's NCAA tournament time. So most everybody over here is watching the tournament. If they have a favorite baseball team, they might be watching that, like Donald Flowers or whomever. So we got 1 more minute, and then I'm going to hop off here, grab me a Coke. Gonna make me a real good hamburger tonight for dinner. I bought some ground beef the other day, the 80-20 stuff. It was actually on sale, 3 pounds for $15. Probably ain't gonna be getting it for that price much longer. And so I think I'm gonna make me a real good hamburger tonight. That's the plan. Being as Wendy's wants to charge me $15 for a double combo, and more than that for the triple combo. But I don't have any lettuce and tomato and onions here, so I don't know. But well, there it is. 1:50 has hit the clock. We did 28 minutes with you. So like I said, this was just a test show anyway. We appreciate the $40 that we made popping in here today. Thank you to LJ Carthen. Thank you to Robert Palmer over in England. And no thanks to the rest of you that watched the show and didn't even donate $5. Shame on you. You got to be ashamed of yourself. All right. So until Tuesday night, might have Shalance on Tuesday. I got to get with her and see if she wants to do this Tuesday or next Tuesday. Shalance is the current women's OVW heavyweight champion. I don't think they call them heavyweight champions in the women's division. The OVW champion. We'll leave it at that. I think the men do the heavyweight thing. I don't think the women do that. I don't think women like being called heavyweights. I don't think so. But then again, they probably don't like being called lightweights either. So you got it going both ways there. So until Tuesday night at 9:05 p.m., I am the Star Maker, and I did say a good day.